Hello, I'm Brian.
And I'm Stephanie. Do you worry about plagiarism?
Writing is difficult enough. Let's work on reducing that plagiarism anxiety. Plagiarism is a fancy word for taking credit for what someone else has said or created.
Right. They're intellectual property.
To avoid taking credit for someone's intellectual property, use signal phrases and attribution to indicate ownership.
Watch the other videos in this series to learn how to engage with sources.
But what if you accidentally say something without realizing that it's been said before?
It's impossible to know for sure what's been said before, but there are some steps you can take to mitigate risk here. First, highlight any claims or arguments you've articulated and do some research to see how you might substantiate them.
Right. If you find that these claims have been made before, you can articulate agreement with the authors who've made them.
And if you find evidence for your claims when doing this research, then cite it and add support to your claims. It's the work of substantiating the claim that will make it your intellectual property.
That's really an important point. To create intellectual property, work to support a claim.
And expect that every claim will be in relation to what others have said. That's the nature of human knowledge. These connections don't make your intellectual property less original, just more understandable.
But what if you want to avoid referencing a source you've relied on?
You mean, like if you've relied on it too much and want to hide that?
Yeah, especially if the source is one that you've been told not to use, like, say, Wikipedia.
Oh, okay. Well, in both cases, it would seem that you've not done enough research in the first place. Wikipedia is a first stop on the research journey. You have to dig deeper. And if you've over-relied on a single source, well, find additional sources. Do more research.
Right. Got it. Don't cut corners.
What I find difficult is paraphrasing. Sometimes it feels impossible to say it differently.
For sure. You've got to think about your own purposes as a writer. What are you trying to say? Why is the source information relevant?
Okay, so that will help me find a way to rephrase the source information.
Exactly. But just be careful that you're not misrepresenting the original source. You can't change it to make it work for your own purposes.
So do your research and establish a clear purpose in your paper.
Yes, and learn academic conventions of engaging with sources.
It's possible to work on all of these tasks with tutors at the Writing Center.
It is. Writing Center tutors are happy to chat about plagiarism and other worries related to academic integrity.
And they won't judge you or scare you while they do it. Until next time, happy writing!
You've got this.